Got some LED pixels on the roof, RGB pixels, WS2811. A few different controller box options. Gives you 200 or 300 different combos of flashing and trailing, and I'll put some links. Just one option. Here's another with a trailing single pixel. This is using the SP108E Wi-Fi box. I find it has interesting looking sequences compared to the other box I use, the SP105, which is Bluetooth. Very interesting. Fill focus. Everything's off except for trailing. So here's the way I have the 108E wired up. I just use an extension cord since I'm going up on the roof, a little bit weather resistant. And then on here you just use VCC, which is plus, data is data, and ground is ground. And you know, the wires aren't colored on this particular cord very well. So just remember up top how you connect them. I bought some pigtails so that way they can plug into the pixels up there. And just be kind of plug or play, and I'll put a link to that. So here's the 105E, or at least a picture of it. I got it somewhere around here, but similar connections, plus minus. Same over here, VCC is positive, ground data. I've got a string and a half, string and 3/4 up there, and my last, call it 20 feet up there wouldn't work or would just go all white. So I tried the 108 and it worked. I have two power injection, or I guess not injections, two power sources over here, which I showed earlier with the cords. I just got them hanging here temporarily. I got to mount them Meanwell style. They're Amazon, again, I'll put links. And yes, that is some temporary speaker wire. I've got these and they work fine on a lot of colors, but I don't know if blue draws more, but blue in the middle was dim, so then I have a smaller 5 amp in the middle. Some pixels. I didn't feel like getting a ladder and going on the roof, but you'll just have random 2 wires. That is for your power injection. You just put 12 volts to it, even if it's in the middle of the strand, to help brighten an area that might be dim if your power source is at the end of each string is not enough to feed the whole thing. Not always required. If you don't have these, I'll put a link. There's a pigtail you can put in the middle between 2 strands, so that way you don't have to hack apart these little tiny wires. So your power can flow either way, but data can only flow one way. So on the schematic, you can see the connector type. Generally, this is the connector for the data inside. On the chip, if you look in the middle, D1 also indicates the data inside. Here are a couple schematics. Here's one with power injection. Use a separate power supply, not the same one. Here's a drawing I did to simplify or illustrate actual pieces parts. Might help you versus some people can't read schematics. So here's your 105 box. It's Bluetooth, works real easy. There's what the app screens look like. And then the 108, similar. It's Wi-Fi, so I find you have to power on and off the box. Use your Wi-Fi settings in your phone to detect it, and then the app will recognize it. There's lots of videos out there. So here's how you can get some cool Christmas lights for cheaper than some competitors, and it's repairable and not proprietary like Govee, you know, it sucks to buy all that and then you can't fix it when the wires are really small. So I hope this helps. Enjoy.